For the car, you don't abide by the law. You don't know what I saw. Can't be without it.
Now we got LOWKEY. I've never heard of this artist before. I searched up Abomination. So I really don't know what this could be about, but it's banned from TV apparently. Like you can't play. I'm pretty sure it's in the States though. It's banned from on TV in the States, maybe other places of the world. But let's see what Abomination really is. Ready? I can only imagine why it's banned in the States. I would assume it's from in the States.
It's an attack upon the system within which they live. Since 1945, the United States has attempted to overthrow more than 50 foreign governments. In the process, the US has caused the end of life for several million people and condemned many millions more to a life of agony and despair. The strength of your dream.
So he's coming for the system. He's coming for the system that not a lot, like people know the system is, or may have a feeling that that there's a problem with the system, you know? But to actually come out, publicize something like on a big platform like YouTube with a big following and a lot of views is very, very risky, young man. You are very brave what you're doing.
Millions more to a life of agony and despair. The strength of your dream, it prevents you from reason. The American dream only makes sense if you're sleeping. It's just a cruel fantasy.
The American dream only makes sense when you're sleeping. Jeez. Like, you know, the dream rags to riches? Come on. The American dream only makes sense when you're sleeping. The American dream only makes sense when you're sleeping. Is that accurate? Well, number one, I'm not American, so I wouldn't know. But, I mean, I think the American dream is going from rags to riches. Hold up. Let me search it up. What the American dream actually is. I'm gonna skip the part when I find it. Found it. The American dream, the ideal by which equality of opportunity is available to any American, allowing the highest aspirations and goals to be achieved. Basically, everyone has an equal opportunity to, you know, make it in life, basically. Is that a dream? Right? I don't know. I don't live in America. I wouldn't think so. Maybe it's hard. I think it may be harder, but I think for some people it may be harder to actually achieve their dreams, but that opportunity probably is there. That's what well, in Canada, it is here. Equality of opportunity. It's pretty fair for everyone in Canada. In America, it may not be so. I mean, now it may be, but you know, back then it wasn't, and people may still be suffering the consequences of what life was like, you know, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, and stuff like that.
Prevents you from reason. The American dream only makes sense if you're sleeping. It's just a cruel fantasy. Their politics took my voice away, but their music gave it back to me. The land where the lump and are consumed by consumption, killing themselves to shovel down food in abundance. I guess a rapper consumed by consumption, killing themselves to shovel down food in abundance.
Come on, the food y'all eating is killing you. If you guys look at the stats for the Americans out there, you guys, like the #1 killer I think in your country is heart disease. Then there's obesity, and there's cancer, you know, there's diabetes, and it's all, and it's 70% of the illnesses and deaths that come like upon you guys is diet related, but they won't tell you that, you know? Crazy.
I guess a rapper from Britain is a rare voice. America is capitalism on steroids. Natives kept in casinos and reservations. Displaced slaves never given reparations. Take everything from Native Americans and wonder why I call it the racist experiment. Afraid of your melanin, the same as it's ever been. That ain't gonna change with the race of the president. I see imperialism under your skin tone. You could call it Christopher Columbus syndrome.
Christopher Columbus syndrome.
entertainer, the world's devastator. From Venezuela to Mesopotamia. The cameras lie cause they have to hide the savage crimes committed on leaders that happen to try and nationalize eating competitions while the world's been starving. Beat up communism with the help of Bin Laden. Where would you...
So he's basically coming for like the system, you know, like he's saying there's capitalism on steroids and eating competitions while the world is starving. Like, you know, there are starving countries, and I guess that's true, you know, that is true.
Cause they have to hide the savage crimes from Venezuela to Mesopotamia. Your cameras lie cause they have to hide the savage crimes committed on leaders that happen to try and nationalize.
Saying that Americans hide all their dirty stuff with, you know, what they publicize on TV, and that is true. Like, how much of it maybe from a television standpoint, I don't know, but you know, in media, you know, there's a lot of biased things that come out from media outlets, you know. It's very, very biased. Like, if you look at the, like, I did a lot of research on food recently, and if you look at the major health organizations that are supposedly trying to fight cancer and fight diabetes and fight heart disease, they're promoting the stuff that give you that stuff. They're promoting the things that kill you. What gives you heart disease? The Heart Foundation or whatever in America is promoting you to eat that. Then you'd ask, but why? And then you search up what are their sponsors, you know, and you'll figure that those people that are the sponsors, that means the people that are funding and giving money to like the American Heart Association and Diabetes Association and cancer and diabetes and stuff like that. They're being funded by huge corporations that produce those things that give you diabetes. So like the meat industry will be funding, you know, cancer research. How's cancer gonna say that meat how is the Cancer Association gonna say meat gives you, you know, cancer if they're receiving their money from the meat industry, you know? It's like meat industry, Cancer Association, consumer. Meat industry, don't tell the consumers that meat gives you cancer and we'll keep giving you money, you know. And if you don't tell them that meat gives them cancer, then they'll keep eating it and they'll keep getting sick, meaning they'll come to you and you'll get money too, and then they'll keep eating meat and we'll get money. So it's like a triangle. You know, it's crazy. The system is, it's all, money really does rule the world.
Committed on leaders that happen to try and nationalize eating competitions while the world's been starving. Beat up communism with the help of Bin.
Eating competitions while the world's starving. This is tricky. It's tricky, you know. If you have excess of something, you should give to someone in need. Yes, that is true, you know. But at the same time, you shouldn't absolve the governments of those countries who have food problems, you know. Maybe, well, obviously I don't know the information that much, you know, because I'm just reacting to this. It's not like I did research or watched it first, did research, and then, you know, came with an argument. But, you know, for example, if there's starving people in Asian countries or African countries or some, like, you know, northern countries, anywhere, you know, you look to the government first. First of all, what's their situation? Why don't they have enough food? What is the government doing about it? You know, if the government's made no effort, you know, I think, like, the government's position there is to govern the people and make sure the people, you know, live adequate lives, or, you know, make life good. Try and make life as good as they can for their citizens, you know. And most times in these third world countries, it's a lot of times that the governments are corrupt, you know, and they don't want to, they're stingy with their money. They don't want to, you know, give out money. So it's like a two-way thing. Like, yes, America has a lot of food and resources and stuff, and they're using it on eating competitions. And at the same time, like, yes, they should give out the food, but at the same time, those people who are in dire situations for food, what is their government doing about it? Why have they been placed in that situation? You can't just say that they're living ungoverned. I'm pretty sure there's a government there, you know? And I do really wonder why countries are third world countries. Maybe it comes down to historical events, what happened in the past that led up to today, or, you know, allocation of fundings by their governments. You know, it may be one or the other. So, yes, I think America should do a better job of maybe trying to help out on the world stage. You know? Maybe, but at the same time, it's like, it all depends, I think, the government. If the government's doing all they can, if the government's doing, like in the third world countries, the government's doing all they can to see that their citizens have enough food to eat, and there's still shortages, then yes, other countries should step in. But if the government's not doing anything, you shouldn't just blame another country like America and say it's America's fault that they're starving people, you know? It's like America's doing, you know, entertaining its citizens, I guess. When we say America, these like associations, the you know, what are the eating competition associations, you know, they're doing it for their citizens, you know, for the people that actually like to, who enjoy watching these things and actually participating in these things, you know. It has some meaning to them. That's why they do it, I'm pretty sure. You know, maybe the meaning is misplaced in the wrong thing. But at the same time, look at the government of the third world countries, see if they're actually doing a good job too.
To try and nationalize eating competitions while the world's been starving, beat up communism with the help of Bin Laden. Where would your war of terror be without that man? Every day you create more Nidal Hassans. Kill a man from the military, you're a weirdo. But kill a wolf from the Middle East, you're a hero. Your country is causing screams and
kill a wog? I'm guessing he means like a soldier, like someone in the Middle East. If you kill a soldier, you're a hero. If you kill a soldier, you're someone that's, you know, bad, weirdo. If you kill someone Middle East, you're a hero. Ish. I mean, all life is the same. You know, life is equal across all platforms, whether you're a president or a lowly, you know, person who makes 10,000 a year. Life is, the intrinsic value of life is similar across the boards, you know. But context does matter. Context does matter, you know. Again, we don't know, you know, what goes on. I don't have any sort of research at all, nor am I in the know for all these things. I'm just going off, you know, just going off the top of what I'm hearing. I think, like, it depends on why, you know, like if you kill a soldier, why are you killing the soldier? Like, soldiers are meant to represent your own country's defense, you know, your own country's defense. So obviously, and everything is the best way to see stuff, if you can understand that everyone is biased and subjective, then that's when you're truly being objective. I'm pretty sure I'm being subjective here. But, you know, if someone kills soldiers that are, you know, told to us they are, you know, heroes and people fighting for our freedoms, and, you know, soldiers making sure that, you know, we have, you know, adequate, safe life. If someone kills them, you know, I'm gonna look at them like, what's your problem, you know? But at the same time, the people in the Middle East or Al Qaeda or whatever, they're portrayed to us as, you know, or ISIS as bad people who are, you know, causing destruction amongst families and nations and societies. And, you know, if you can take them down for the greater good, then that is seen as a positive. That's how we were told stuff. You know, how true that is, I don't know, but, you know.
a weirdo, but kill a wolf from the Middle East, you're a hero. Your country is causing screams that never reach your ear holes. America inflicted a million.
Your stuff are causing screams that you never hear, though. That's true. We have life good over here in the West. Come on, life is as good as it gets over here in the West.
Ground zeros. Follow the dollar and swallow your humanity. Soldiers committing savagery you never even have to see. Those mad at me.
Follow the dollar and swallow your humanity. Come on. Do anything for that bread.
Dollar and swallow your humanity. Soldiers committing savagery you never even have to see. Those mad at me, writing emails angrily. I'm not anti-America. America is anti-me.
But then again, I do wonder why this is banned from TV. Is it because it's true and the government doesn't want him to get that much publicity? Or is it false and the government doesn't want him putting a negative tag on, you know, America's name? Well, obviously there is some shady stuff with America. I'm pretty sure there is, as there is with most countries or most people. It doesn't make a difference when you bomb another nation.
Relations. What matters more is the policies. I lost my patience. Stop debating, bringing race into the conversation. Occupation and cooperation equals profit making. It's over, people wake up from the dream now. Nobel Peace Prize, Jay-Z on speed. That was the substance within, not the color of your skin. Are you the puppeteer or the puppet on the string? So many believed it was instantly gonna change. There was still Dennis Rush, Brzezinski and Robert Gates. What happened to Chaz Freeman? What happened to Tristan Anderson? It's a machine that keeps that man breathing. I have the heart to say what all these other rappers on. Words like Iraq, Palestine, Afghanistan. The war's on and you morons were all wrong. I call Obama a bomber cause those are your bombs.
Yikes. So he's coming, he's going for the head of the system. He's going for the American system and said that it's flawed, it's just pure corruption. You know, and sure, there is corruption in America. I don't even have a adequate comment for it, because I really don't know anything about the situations, you know. Most of us don't, because it's kept in secret, what if there even is a situation, you know. But I'm pretty sure America probably does have some shady stuff that its citizens don't know, you know. But at the same time, is it for the benefit of the country? Sure, I would assume so. At the expense of other countries? I hope not, you know. But some of the activities they do engage in is at the expense of other countries, and sometimes at the expense of their own country and their own citizens, you know, like the meat stuff I was telling you about, you know, profits just at the expense of the health of their own citizens and stuff. It's a tricky subject, you know. Everyone will have their own opinion. I really don't have, I mean, I have opinions, but I don't think they're proper opinions, because I really know nothing about the situation and the issue. But with that being said, that was Obama Nation, banned from TV, and this was by LOWKEY. If you liked the video, you can give it a thumbs up, and if you want have any suggestions or songs or comments or opinions, you can leave them down below in the comments down below. Yeah. And if you want to subscribe, you can do that too. We don't discriminate subscribers around here. Other than that, this Shalom.